Okay, so good evening, everyone. We are live on YouTube, and today's main reason for why I have come here live is to share the role of the ATL coordinator. And after I finish my presentation, we can go into discussion about, what questions do you have about this particular role, and if you are in this particular role, then what do you do, and how can I help you understand the role much better? Okay, so we'll start with the presentation. So I'm sharing my screen. So I have used both ChatGPT and Gamma as my AI tool for creating this presentation. Also, I have worked as an ATL coordinator earlier in my previous schools. So with my whatever I used to do, my experience, and with the help of ChatGPT and the AI tool Gamma, uh, I bring this presentation to you all. Okay, so main reason why we are here is to know more about the key responsibilities of an IB ATL coordinator. So when I talk about IB ATL coordinator, this can be a single role where the coordinator looks after the ATL skills, how they are mapped, or how these skills progress from kindergarten to grade 12. Okay, so this can be a whole school role. So, what is the role? Your role as an ATL coordinator is to help the students learn better. And what do you mean by this? You will teach the students how to think, how to communicate, how to research, and how to manage themselves. So you can see over here all the skills that are there in the ATL skills, the document that we have to refer to in the IB. All skills are here. So you have to teach these students the skills. Also, at the same time, you should also help the students to reflect on their learning and set goals. So they can be at one particular uh, level of a skill, then how are they going to grow and become better at that particular skill? And as they move from one level to the next level, they need to reflect on how they have achieved their goals. Okay, so that is very important. And at the same time, you will have to create materials, okay, which will help the students to understand how to learn these skills. So these are the main three things by which you will help students learn better. So you are that resource person. Now, you also need to support your teachers. Okay, so how can you support your teachers? The very first thing is to help them through professional development. You will have to train your teachers on how to teach learning skills. Okay, so it is very important that you are aware about all the resources, or you have a network of people who know how to teach these skills, so that you can help your teachers in developing further in teaching the ATL skills. Also, you need to help your teachers to include the ATL skills in their lessons. So how they can integrate the development of ATL skills in their lessons, you will help them. Okay. So curriculum integration is another thing, how you can support teachers. And the third very important point, okay, when you look at PSP 2014, there is one whole standard on collaborative planning and reflection. Okay, so collaborative planning is very, very important. You need to work with the teachers so that they can plan units that will help to build the skills. So collaborative planning is another thing that you need to do in order to support your teachers. So this is about how you are going to support teachers by professionally developing them, teaching them how to teach skills, helping them to integrate ATL skills in their lessons, and helping them to plan their units, which will help build the skills in your students. So that was it. Now, another thing that you need to work as an ATL coordinator is to plan and organize the teaching of these skills. Okay, so what will you do? You will have to standardize the skills, make sure that all classes teach the same learning skills. Okay, so you will have to decide which skills are important for which grade levels. Okay, and now you are not going to decide. It will be a collaborative planning with your teachers, and the teachers know best, right, where the students are in your school. You will have to map the skills. The very first important thing I feel that you need to do as a school is to first design your progression of skills. How will the skills look from KG to grade 12? So if it is communication skill, the first skill of communication skill is give and receive feedback. Then how will this skill look in KG? How will it look in junior KG, senior KG, grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there has to be a progression of the skills, how these skills will look. Okay. Similarly, the other skills, thinking skills, creativity, transfer, information literacy, media literacy, so social skills, how are these skills going to progress from one grade to the next grade? So this progression chart takes time, but it has to be school specific, and you are required to create this for your school. At least for the MYP verification visit, it is compulsory that a school has an ATL chart to show. Okay, it is not necessary that it is fully complete, but you have to show that you are in the process of creating this ATL chart. Very, very important. Now, once the chart is made, you will make use of this chart and you will start teaching those skills in your different grade levels in the different subjects. So then you have another document which is called the mapping document. Okay. So in the mapping document, you will actually put down your unit name or the activities that you are doing or learning engagements that you are teaching to your students, and you will put that in that particular mapping document. Okay, so the mapping document will be both a vertical articulation of the skill as well as a horizontal articulation of the skill. Horizontal articulation means teaching the same skills in the different subjects of the same grade. So in grade 6, what skills are taught in English, humanities, Hindi, French, Spanish, science, math, art, design, you know. So in all these subjects, PHE, how you're teaching those skills, uh, that has to be uh, you know there in that document. And when we are talking about vertical mapping of skills, then how will one skill look right from grade 6 to grade 10? Okay, 10 grade 12, all right, from KG to grade 12. So that is what the vertical mapping is. So you need to have both those documents, and you have to maintain that document as an ATL coordinator. What else you need to plan and organize? You need to create plans showing which skills are taught at which grade level. Okay, that will help. The progression chart will help to create the plans, and you have to coordinate between the programs. If your school is a continuum school, you have to coordinate between the IB programs. So you will have to work with other coordinators, with the PYP, MYP, DPCP coordinator, so that you connect all the IB programs and then you see a progression of skills throughout the school. Okay, so this is important. So after you have created your progression chart and you have put in your mapping document, you also need to track the progress of the students in the skills that you are teaching. Okay, so how are you going to do that? What do you need to do? You have to monitor the development of the skills. You have to check how well students are developing their learning skills. So maybe then you need to produce reflection sheets or a rubric that will help the student to self-assess themselves in the developing of a particular skill. So assessment design is about that rubric that will help the students to self-assess. So you have to create ways to measure the student growth. So that particular skill, how will the student measure? Okay. And documentation is important. You have to keep the records of the student's progress. So whether it is the reflection sheet, the task that the student is doing, or videos of a particular speaking skills, okay, or non-verbal skills, those all documentations have to be in place. Okay, in addition to the above skills, you also need to communicate with others. Okay, what do you need to communicate? You have to talk to parents about the ATL program. Okay, why? Because how is IB different from other boards? Okay, it is different in the sense that it teaches students skills. We know that content you can get and you can learn from different sources, but it is the skills that are necessary to be developed in our students, right? To make them ready for future work, which we don't know what will it be. Okay, so you will have to talk to the parents about the ATL skills program. To school leaders, what will you communicate? You will give the reports, right? The progress sheet or the ATL mapping or the progression chart that you will have to report to the school leaders. And you will have to update the progress of your students. Share information about student progress with the staff as well as with the students and the teachers. So these are the three things you need to communicate about ATL skills. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm done with the presentation. The last thing is about keep improving. You will have to evaluate, look at what is working well and what needs to change in your planning or in the skills, if the students have achieved or not, or if you have to focus on other skills. Now you know that AI is important, right? You need to teach AI literacy. So you will add those in your progression of ATL skills. You have to be updated on the new IB requirements. You know that IB has given AI policy. You know its stand on the AI, use of AI. So then how are you going to incorporate it in your ATL documents? And you will have to refine your ATL program, make it better each year. So how are you going to do that? So that is your responsibility as an ATL coordinator. Okay. So this is what I feel is the key responsibilities of the IB ATL coordinator. Uh, you are the person who will connect all the programs of the IB, and I think ATL is the most important thing that we are looking at and how it makes IB different from any other curriculum. Okay. Yes, now for some question answers. Let me just go offline, stop the live stream. So thank you so much who have attended this session and you are interested in discussing and you give your important evening time with me listening to my discussion. I will just stop the live stream so that people who are there in the global classroom, they take some time and come to this session. You cannot get everything for free, right? I don't want to give the live of the discussion that is happening. That I think should be specific to the people who are here. They should also gain something for giving in their precious time, right? So thank you so much, those who are here and who are going to see my live recording of this live stream of this particular session. So thank you. And please share, follow, like, comment on my YouTube channel.